Imagine spending 1 month on one cruise ship for one vacation. Well, I just did that. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing everything about it for you guys. Hey cruising crew, welcome back to the channel. I'm Alexis, and if you're new here, I put out videos about all things cruising and travel. And in this video, I'm giving you guys my honest review of the Celebrity Apex. I just spent 34 days on this beautiful cruise ship. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys all the things that I love, the food, the drinks, the entertainment, the itinerary, and so much more. So without further ado, hit that subscribe button and let's just get into it. Now let's start off with the overall ambiance. So the Celebrity Apex is an Edge class series ship, and this is my favorite class ship of Celebrity. However, it is a little different than my favorite like Ascent, Beyond, or Excel. That is because it's missing a few things that those ships have. So I do love the layout of these ships. I think it was very well thought out, like all the bars and everything. However, it's missing a few things that I like from those newer ships. Like they don't have plunge pools, they don't have a sunset bar in the back, they are missing World Class, which is my favorite bar at sea. And so overall, I absolutely love this ship. I'm very used to this layout. However, I'm going to give the overall ambiance a 3 out of 5 stars. Next, let's get into lodging, which is the room and bathroom. So on this 34 days, this was 3 separate sailings. On 3 separate sailings, we did have 3 separate rooms or different rooms that we had to move to. So we did have a regular veranda stateroom in one, we did have aqua class for another, and concierge for the last one. And I will say that between all 3 of these different types of rooms, they were all pretty much the same. Now I know the veranda stateroom can be kind of controversial. Some people love it or some people hate it. And I think I'm a little in between, but I'm more towards the loving it. I love the extra space that this veranda gives you, although I do miss having an actual balcony where I can look over and just have that balcony feel. I do think that I prefer this for most climates and itineraries. This is because sometimes it could be a little too cold or a little too windy if you're out on the balcony. The veranda is so nice because you can still have the window all the way up, but still have those nice views. Now, the rooms in itself were all pretty much the same, pretty much all the same size. So I love the spacious layout of these rooms on the Edge class ships. I think it's very well thought out. There's lots of outlets. I do like the bathrooms, and I will say the bathroom that we had in Aqua class was just a little step up because it did have that Co-Bigelow amenities, and the shower was a little better as well. But overall, I really do enjoy having these infinite veranda staterooms on these Edge class ships. So for lodging, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Next, let's get into entertainment. So with being on board for over a month, I was able to catch most of the shows. I know that sounds crazy that I wasn't able to go to all of the shows, but I'll explain that in a bit. So production shows in the theater, I always love, mostly because of the theater itself. This theater is very well thought out. I love the shape of it. I love the shape of the stage. And mostly I love the screens and technology that these Edge class ships have. Production shows were pretty good. I would say that I usually never really get the storyline to some of these, but the talent was there. Also, if you want to get a good seat in the Eden shows or the club shows, you do have to go fairly early. Now for the club shows, they won't open the doors until 30 minutes early, but be prepared because people will line up at the door like an hour before. So if you're willing to stand in line for about 45 minutes and then go inside and sit for another 30 minutes, be prepared. I will say the show that was in the club on Celebrity Apex was my favorite out of all of the shows on board. Now, if you do want to see a show in Eden, you do have to go pretty early if you want a premium spot. Now, one thing that I do not like about the shows in Eden is sometimes people will just go hours before, sit at a spot, and not leave. So this makes it a little unfair. Like if you're having dinner and plan to go to the show, you're like not going to get a good seat. And I did notice that on Celebrity Apex, they don't let you sit at the bar at Eden during the shows versus on other Edge class ships. Sometimes they'll let you sit at the bar. So that's kind of a nice option because you can go early, get a drink, and still get a good seat. So the overall entertainment on board Celebrity Apex, I'm giving a 3 out of 5 stars. Next, let's get into extras. So let's start off with food. So for these sailings, we did do specialty dining for 2 of the cruises, and then for the other cruise, we did dine in blue because we had aqua class. So let's start off with aqua class and blue. So if you're in aqua class, you do get to eat at a specialty restaurant just for aqua class called Blue, and it's a little bit healthier and elevated than the main dining. I had a great experience. I think every single dish that I had this whole cruise, I was very happy with. The service was immaculate. And I do like that they do offer a little healthier um, entrees and sides because since I was on the ship for so long, sometimes it's nice to eat a little healthier and have a lighter option. Now let's get into the specialty restaurants. So we did have an ultimate specialty dining package and we did take advantage of this. So I will say that my favorite experience in the specialty restaurants was on Eden. We ate here the most out of the entire cruise for 2 reasons. Mainly because Eden has the best views of the entire ship. The entire venue in Eden is amazing. And then the restaurant is even better, in my opinion. You get the wake view and you have great service, you have great meals. We also had the most immaculate service here throughout the entire cruise, and we just overall had a great time. We also had our favorite meals here in Eden, and so that's why we kept going back. Now we also did do fine cut as well a lot because they also have amazing views and they have great service as well. Do raw on 5, which was great option for lunch. We like this usually for lunch because they have the same menu for lunch and dinner. So it kind of makes more sense to go for lunch. Now we did try something special to Celebrity Apex. So in their Le Petit Chef restaurant, they do a Taj X kind of special Indian night. We wanted to try this because we had never tried this before. I have never really had authentic Indian food. And so we did give this a try. I think it was well worth a try. I think that the food was pretty good. It's just not really for me, but I'm so happy that I tried it. I think overall, what I was missing is just one more restaurant that they should have, especially if you have like the ultimate dining package. I feel like we needed another restaurant to go to circle in with all of our cruises. On the other Edge class ships, they do have Le Voyage, which is my favorite restaurant. And I was just missing somewhere extra or somewhere added to go to. So overall for the food on board, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Next, let's talk about drinks. So we did have the drink package for most of this cruise. I will say that the bar service on this cruise ship was incredible. All the bartenders were amazing, fast, and they were always willing to get us what we needed. They were very friendly, and we had great service. Eden Bar is such a nice bar to go to just during the day to have a cocktail and just like unwind, or better yet, when you get back on board, you go to Eden, grab yourself a nice cocktail, and watch the sail away. That's the best place to watch the sail away, in my opinion, because of the views. Also, we did have good service in Craft Social. However, I found that it was always crowded, and that's because I think they needed another bar. So I think I just missed the world-class bar. Having one more extra bar just makes it better. They do have the martini bar as well, but it is smaller on this ship than Ascent or Beyond or Excel. And it really showed. Every single bar was completely full. And we found that we would have to just go up to the bar, grab a drink, and just go somewhere else to sit. And that was kind of annoying. And that's where I missed having the world-class bar. So overall for extras, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Now let's talk about the itinerary. So the reason why we were on the Celebrity Apex for over a month was because of the itinerary. We selected this sailing years in advance because this was, in our opinion, sailing of a lifetime for us. So we did take Celebrity Apex transatlantic from Florida all the way to Europe. On the way, we did Bermuda, we did the Azores, and we did Lisbon, and then we docked in Southampton. From Southampton, we did do Norway, which we did quite a few places in Norway. And Norway was such an epic spot. We had perfect weather. The places that the ship docked in was just awesome. We did Belgium, which was really cool, Copenhagen, Finland, Estonia, Stockholm. This was just the trip of a lifetime. We hit so many new countries, so many new places. The first cruise was a transatlantic with just a couple spots. The second cruise was the Norway. And then the third cruise was the Baltics cruise. Now, if I were to recommend any of these cruises, I would recommend all of them. Number one, I would definitely recommend the Baltics because it absolutely goes to all the places that are iconic and that you would want to go to. This was called like the capitals cruise because we went to all of the capitals. And also, I mean, Norway is right up there. It's such a beautiful spot. We had great weather. One of the beautiful things about Norway that I remember on this cruise was since we did it through a cruise ship, the sail ins and sail aways were endless. I felt like we were kind of spoiled because every day throughout all the hours of the day, we had just incredible scenery. The sail ins would take hours, sailaways would take hours as well, and we were just so spoiled. It was just amazing. So the itinerary for us just seemed so perfect, and it was really what made this whole trip. So for the itinerary, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. Now let's get into the staff and service. So the service and the staff on the Celebrity Apex was one of the best that we've had. And there's a few factors as to why I think that happened. First off, we knew some of the crew members before coming on board, and we had cruised with them before or had them on previous sailings. And so when we walked on board and we saw familiar faces, we knew that it was going to be a great time and we were going to get great service. Now, people that we did not know, staff members that we had met on the cruise, were so friendly and gave us the best service. I also think since we did do the transatlantic first, where we got full like 13 days to just hang out on the ship, really get to know them, really get to talk to these people, that they gave us the best service for the rest of the trip. Now, guys, remember, if you guys are nice to your servers and bartenders and workers, all they want to do sometimes is just talk and get to know you and share their culture with you, which we like to do. And I think that really elevates our service. If you treat them well, then they will treat you well as well. So we had great service. Our stateroom attendants in every single room were absolutely fantastic. They were really, really great. Guest services also was really good. Any problem that we had, they solved it. And so the staff was amazing. Service was also amazing. So I'm giving them a 5 out of 5 stars. Would you guys ever book a cruise for over 30 days? Let me know down below in the comments. I've actually done a similar cruise to this where I spent, yes, another 34 days on the Celebrity Beyond. And if you guys want to know how that turned out, my honest reviews on that cruise through the Mediterranean, check out this video right here. Now, if you guys found this video helpful or enjoyed it at all, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you're always updated with all things cruising and travel. Stay tuned because I'm going to be putting out a bunch of content on this entire 34-day trip. I'm going to be giving you guys guides on what to do in all the ports. I'm going to be sharing my vlogs with you guys, so stay tuned for all of that content. Don't forget to always seize the day, and I'll catch you in the next one.